Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to Trading Wave Market Analysis, where we will be looking at the instrument. How did they perform the previous week, and what do we expect going forward? All right, guys, there is a big difference between trade execution and forecasting. All right. So in today's session, I want to show you guys. I've picked up our last 17 trade setup that we've had. So I'm gonna be discussing those. I'm not all about forecasting and all that. I've showed you that one in the past a few weeks, but today I want to show you guys when it comes to a trade execution. We will see that when we get to the charts. Right, so let's get started here. So if you guys are interested in our content, you can contact us on our details there, especially if you go on our YouTube page, which is Trading Waves. The content that we release, especially on Sundays, when you click there, you will find our contact details below that. That will be our email address if you've got any inquiries regarding our services, and our WhatsApp and Telegram number is there. And you can also follow us as well on our social media pages. That will be your Twitter and also your Facebook. We are also available in stock tweets as well, and we've got a free Telegram channel where we just post free content there. Or if you want to follow us up what is happening within the organization. Right, so we will get to the charts shortly. I was on a line with one of our guys. He is based in America. One of our top client, by the way. He was mentioning to me that he tried this service from the big institution. That if I were to mention it, everybody might be surprised. It's one of those big institution with the big names. It is an Elliott Wave institution. But then he came back and said to me, it was a terrible one. So that's why I decided to come back to you guys because of the way that you guys are practical. Right. So there was a good thing to hear that one of the top guys, they are there. By the way, they are based in America. So he said he opted to come and look at the guys that are based in Africa. South Africa, by the way. So there was a good feeling to hear that. All right, so let's start. Like I've said it, there is a big difference between your trade execution and your forecast. Right, so like I've said it, I've just picked up the last 17 trade setup that we've had, that I've said to our members, this is a trade execution. Obviously, we have a strategy that we use. It's a blue box strategy. You've heard me saying this name several times. So every time you see a blue box, that's where we do the trade execution. Now, I will discuss also those ones that have failed, but you'll see it for yourself. What I mean that when it comes to trade execution and forecast is totally two different things. There are a lot of people that are out there that are doing the forecast, a nice one, by the way, when you look at them. But when do you execute? That's the biggest one there. All right, so I'm gonna start with your New Zealand Chief here. So New Zealand Chief, this was posted. All our trades here that I've taken, they're from October to until date. So all those trades, they're from October until date. So those are the past 17, the last 17 ones we have discussed with our members. Now we look at New Zealand Chief. I posted this a year. You can see this was November 12th a year. So I was saying that New Zealand Chief has already bottomed here. Now we've got a move to the upside here. Now we were looking for this three-wave move structure here to get into the blue box, and we wanted to see this move to the upside. Yeah. Now, if you look at New Zealand Chief, if you've been following this year, this has made about 180 pips, 183 pips move to the upside. One of those slow instruments, especially all the cross pairs, they are a bit slow, especially those ones that are paired with the Chief pairs, and there's no liquidity there. They like to leave the wicks now and then. But this was the trade setup that we've had it that has made about 183 pips move to the up side. Now, again, here you'll see this was November 20 here. I posted this trade setup on AUDNZD trade setup. So I discuss this trade setup every day before London Open. We have the live market analysis where I spend time with our members about an hour just to discuss those instruments that are very interesting. So as for the trade setup, we discuss them daily because we need to update them. When do we move a stop loss into a break even? What do we do with this trade? When is it invalidated? Have we been stopped out? Those are the old things that we do just before London Open. So out in New Zealand, we are looking at this year, and most of them I post them before in advance before here. Once I see these structures here, then I look at the blue box here, then I post them. So out in New Zealand, we're looking for this drop to the downside here against this swing high. One of those that was very small stop loss here. If you look at this has traded all out the way about 185 pips to the downside here. Remember, I said it's all about the trade execution that I'm talking about here. Your Audi CAD, I've shown you this one several times, week in, week out. When I come here and I say, don't look other than what is happening on the daily time frame. So we've been looking at this one to make a move to the upside. I wanted to see this to drop lower because there was a bigger blue box here, and then we're looking for this move to the upside, but it missed that blue box and then it eventually made this move to the upside. Yeah, we did not try to rush this year. There was another one that was here, but because we're still looking for this, we only saw this one. It was making a move to the upside, so there was no trade setup here. But I said to our members, this will give us a trade setup here. Now we saw this three-wave move structure landed into the blue box, and then we said this was ready for a move that we can look for a trade execution because of what is happening on a daily time frame. If you look at this here, it has already made about 287 pips move to the upside, and the recent one that we discussed was this, that this was gonna come and form this structure here, expanding flat. That was the recent one, and we said because the market is all about structure identification. You identify the structure, then you react to that one there. Now, this is even easier that we're going to be expecting to see that move to the upper side on your AudiCAD, but we'll see when we do the trade, when we do the charts there. Now, let's have a look at this one here. New Zealand CAD, obviously, this is a sister pair here. So we said that New Zealand CAD has made a nice three-wave move structure into the blue box. We are looking for a move to the upside here as well. Now look at that. This has made about 310 pips. They don't even go beyond or deep into the blue box, or they don't even spend so much time in a negative. They immediately put you in a positive. Yeah, I always say that these blue boxes, this is a decision making area between the buyers and the sellers. So you are very likely that when you get a trade set up in the blue box, it doesn't spend so much time. Not all of them, but majority of those. Okay, look at this, 310 pips moved to the upside here within a couple of days a year. US dollar chief, I've spoken about this one week in, week out, that we are expecting a drop. Whatever happens here, we're looking for a move to the downside. Now, we saw this one drop here, made a nice three-wave move into the blue box, and then I said this was ready for a bearish move to the downside. Mind you, we were trading it and we were looking at this swing high that it should not be taken out. We're looking for this big bearish move to the downside because of the DXY. Remember that I've been talking about the DXY, that it will drop. Now, if you look at this, it has traded about 370 pips move to the downside, and it doesn't have any sign that it will make any move to the upside anytime soon. So this has made about 370 pips down move here on your US dollar chief. US dollar CAD, this was just before the CPI fundamentals a year. I've shown you this one. We were looking at this year to be a three-wave move. Remember the forecast that we were here and I said this was going to drop one more leg lower here, come somewhere around this area here, and then we make a move to the upper side. Obviously, we did not pick it from the bottom because we understand that the business is not all about picking the tops and bottoms. Obviously, it's always nice if you are able to pick that one. It's always nice. Now we saw this move to the upside, and then the market said, I'm ready that you can do a trade execution. Remember, we focused it from here that it was going to make this drop to the downside and make a move to the upside. You can refer to our previous videos. There's even a shorter clip where I forecasted this drop here, showed how we forecasted this drop here, and then this big move to the upside. Now, come to the trade execution part. We saw this here. We said before this was before the CPI, that we're going to see a big move to the upside. It should take the blue box and then from there make a move to the upper side. Now, look at this. check the blue box, and this has already made about 346 pips move to the upper side here. Now, the next one was pound cat. Now, pound cat, I said that this I remember very well. I should actually have shown you when we were here, because the trade setup that we had was here for a move to the upside. We were buying to fill this big trade. The big trade that we were looking for was for this big move to the upside. I should have showed you this one because it was a very interesting one, because it made about 400 something pips into the blue box here. When we got into the blue box, we wanted to see this one dropping to the downside here. Now, obviously, if you've been following this, you would see that this has traded and almost about negative 260 pips move here, invalidated the blue box here. But I discussed this with our members here. So this was one of those that failed. Okay. So if you've taken the trade from the blue box, obviously our stop loss is always beyond the blue box here. So we've gotten that one wrong here, and this is normal. This is normal, yeah. That you're gonna get these blue boxes being or a price goes above the blue box here, but eventually it comes back. So I said to our members, as much as this has been a loss a year, but the structure still calls for this bearish move here. And what did we saw? This one drop a year, but after it has been a fade. But I know somebody that said to me, I've made about $3,000 a move a year on this pound cat. I held on because the structure is the most important one here. So we were looking at this to be an ABC, only to find out that this is what's giving us an 11 swing seconds a year. Personally, myself, I also made out of this because I knew this structure here. I remember I had to close this trade because it did not play as expected here, but I had to wait for this drop here, and then I closed this at about plus $3,000 here. And then I had to close the trade because of this big range here that it has not played out. But actually, eventually, this year was a loss. So I want to discuss those trade as well. So some members, they came to me that they said they've taken a loss on that one. Them. Now, Euro Chief, I made a video about this one here that this looks interesting. I wanted to buy this here for a move to the upper side. But if you look at that video, I was expecting that this was this has made a move to the upside. I was expecting this to be a W here, the three-wave move X here, and then this to be our wave Y. I wanted to buy this around your 56.1.8 here. Now, when we saw this drop into this area here, we said, yeah, this is a blue box trade setup. And I said to our members, wait for this. If it makes a drop to around your 50% here, then this is good for a trade execution that we can take it all the way to the upside. But if it does not get to your 50% retracement here, so we'll be expecting to see a bounce here and then this year before the trade execution here. So it eventually went to about 50% a year, and then this is where the trade execution was a year. At the 50%, deep into the blue box a year, and then I wanted to see this move. For some reason, Euro Chief made a very big, sharp move to the downside here, and then it just invalidated that trade at a couple of hours after the trade execution. I think an hour after we trade executed this one here, then it was just stopped out. But the nice thing about it that the stop loss was so low. The stop loss was so low. We're just down like 20 pips on the Euro Chief here because we had our stop loss just a few points behind the blue box. Remember what I said here, that we were waiting for this. Let me show you again. So this is what I discussed with the members during that trade here. It was in the morning here. They said, wait for this. If it gets to 50, we are buying here. This is the what I was showing him here, that this is the route that we are trading when we get to your 50% retracement level. Whereas if we don't get to the 50% retracement level, then it means we are going to bounce up here in a three-way move before we can look to do a trade execution around your 56.1.8. Then eventually went to 250 here. Then when we did that trade execution, that's when we saw that sharp move to the downside that went as far as around your 88.6. So it invalidated that trade. So we were down there, like I said it, like a 20 pips stop loss was triggered on your Euro Chief. But again, this is the reality in the market. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna sell you something that we all about getting this right. I'm not gonna show you the one that we got it right a year only. I need to discuss the one that were wrong as well. Okay, Now let's have a look at. Remember, like I've said it, I'm not focusing on the forecasting side here. I'm only focusing on the trade execution. Okay, there are some forecasts that we get wrong as well, but today's week I'm only focusing on the trade execution part. Your silver was the one that we've had here. We were simply looking at this. We had this one here into the blue box here, and then made a move to the upside here. So some members here, they got this one from this blue box here, made a move to the upside. And when we got this one, I even shared this on the social media page that we shall get the pullback here. Now the pullback fell right into the blue box, and I said to our members, this is ready for a move to the upside here. Now if you look at silver till today, this has made about 363 points move to the upside here, and it looks like there's no sign for a pullback. This will continue the move to the up side. Now you're gonna do the counting of the pips here. I'm only focusing on the trade setup that we've had here. So if you look at your Brent crude oil, we were here, and I said to our members, this shall drop to the downside as long as it doesn't come around this area. We're looking at this blue box trade setup. We wanted to see this all the way to the downside there on your Brent crude oil. Now look at Brent crude oil. It has already made a move to the downside there about 1,719 pounds or $17.19 move that we have seen here on your Brent crude oil. Very big mover here. The latest trade setup that we had on a Brent crude oil, but it was never filled. So that's why I'm not discussing. I was looking for this. I was preaching this, that we're going to see this one come somewhere around your $86. And from there, we are looking to short oil again. Unfortunately, that trade was never filled, did not get into the blue box price here, and then it just made this three-wave move structure. Yeah, nice structure, three-wave move, then it just dropped. So it missed that one with a few points, but we're just looking to add to the running position. Now, talk about Nifty. I even posted this one freely on our social media pages, even had it at some point as our chart of the week. I said, yeah, we are waiting to see for this one. Get into the blue box, and then we do the trade execution here. Now look at your Nifty here. It has played a very big move to the upside here. We are talking about a 2,864 points move to the upside here. I've been coming in and out during this weekly analysis, talking about the indices that they will get back to their all-time high. Look at your Nasdaq. Nasdaq again posted this a year as a blue box trade setup to our members that we want to see this. Take the blue box from there. We are looking for a big move to the upside. Yeah. Look at your Nasdaq here. Now, pay attention again to this data here. Like I've said it, that all these trades that up there between from October to until to date. Now, look at Nasdaq here. It has already made coming into the blue box here, and it has already traded higher about 1,887 points move to the upside here. Look at the next one on the indices here. This was very nice because this is when I look at the structure here. I said to our members, this was going to drop into the blue box. It must come to this other side of the channel, and we're going to be looking for that move to the upside. Yeah, look at DAX, never disappoints. This is the beauty of this blue box strategy yeah. Even the indicator that we use was confirming this trade. We had this one here come exactly into the blue box here, and look at this. This has made about 1,768 points move to the upside yeah. Now if you look at this, so far we've only got like 2 trades that have been invalidated out of the 17 that I'm going to show you here. Now look at S&P 500. That's again here, S&P 500. I said to our members, we're simply looking for this 3-wave move structure here into the blue box. It went into the blue box here, but when this one went into the blue, your Nasdaq here, this was the trade execution here, made a move to the upside. I said, we hold on. Nasdaq had missed a blue box. Nasdaq might come back to the blue box, so we're not gonna rush to move a stop loss here. This might still have a room to come back into the blue box before it makes a move to the upside. This was discussed in the members era here, and exactly here, we came deep into the blue box here, and look at this. We've already traded higher here again, 497 points move to the upside on your
S&P 500 here. And on the other one here was your Dow Jones here. Again, obviously the indices. We're simply looking for these structures here. We wanted to see this move to the up side. The first execution was here, but again, we were very well aware that other indices are still dropping lower here. In either case, this has not allowed that you can move a stop loss. We expected this to be deep into the blue box again here, and then eventually this is what we saw here. We've seen your Dow Jones here has traded higher, 3,966 points move to the upside here. Okay, now talking about your Bitcoin here, I've shared this one before. You guys have seen it. We're simply looking for this three-wave move structure. Look at this against this invalidation level. So low invalid stop loss here or invalidation level. We're simply looking for this here to make a move to the upside here. This was a blue box trade setup. Just that at that time I did not map it, but now look at this. This has made about a $13,156 move from here, just with a very low stop loss here. Hit the blue box, made a big rally to the upside here on your Bitcoin. Yeah, remember again, look at this chart. It was posted on the 11th of October here. Now, the recent one, which is the last one here, was again on a Bitcoin here. I said to the guys, I discussed this here that I want to see this three-way move. We were here and I said, this year, I'm not going to buy it. I want to see it drop into the blue box. This is where I'm going to look for the buying move to the upper side. Now, look at this. This one here has already made a nice move to the upside there, about a $4,407 move that we've seen on a Bitcoin a year. We will see what is expected on a Bitcoin. Now, if you look at this trade setup that I've shared, 17 of them, the last one that we're sharing our members, and out of the 17, only two trades that did not work out. So you make your decision if you want to be with the good forecasters or you want to be with the good trade execution guys here. So I'm not claiming that we are the best out of these people out there, but we do our best when it comes to the trade execution. Right. So now let's get started into the markets and let's see what do we expect going forward in the markets. Right, so as usual, we start with the DXY here. I've been talking about this one week in, week out, that we expect that the DXY it is still going to drop to the downside here. This to have been a five-wave move to our downside, three-wave move here. This being your 335. We've been talking about this, that we are looking for this move to the downside again. So we are still looking for this one that it should drop. There's no sign of a reversal here. Even if this was to give us the structure like this, we're simply looking for this one that it will eventually give us a drop to the down side. So three-wave pullback here against this swing high. We're simply looking for a continuation move to the downside on your DXY. You've seen this one here, so I'm gonna be sharp as I can here. The very same thing with your Euro US dollar. We have been talking about this one that it has made a nice rally to the upside here. We simply look at this one to be an expanding flat. Now we are looking for this move that is going to be related to this one here. Now we've seen this move here. I've shown you this one how we've been able to focus this about 500 pips move from around this area here. But now we are seeing this drop here. What does this mean here? A lot of people have been panicking here. There are some are looking for a big shot to the downside. For me here, I just simply expect this three-wave move here, then we should be seeing a continuation move to the upper side. But I'm going to show you when we get to some other instruments here, this might not be the case. This might just move from here only to find out that this is a structure here. We just get this one to make a move to the upside from there. I'll show you why I say that. But like I said it, if it does give us a three-wave move structure here, maybe this here being an ABC, we're simply looking for a buying opportunity to the upside on your Euro US dollar. Now look at at your pound US dollar here. Euro US dollar for some reason gave us this sharp move, but look at the pound. It is still holding here. It is still showing this sign of a move to the upside. So that's why I say your Euro US dollar, be careful. That impulsively move might be part of something. It might not be an A, B, C. It might have just finished as a wave C. Then we get this one to make a move to the upside. Your pound US dollar, we're still expecting to see this move to the upside. Yeah, obviously we will be looking for this. I should have shown you this one here because this was a blue box trade setup that we've had almost about 700 pips move that we've seen here from these lows, because that's where the blue box was here. If because I did not show you this one, you can refer back to our videos. But we're looking for this to rally from here. And like I've said it, about 700 pips move. Now, if it does give us this three-way pullback here, it does not owe us to give that. We are going to looking for adding more position. Other than that, this can make a move to the upside from here on your pound US dollar. US dollar chief, I showed you this one here. No sign of a move or a pullback here. Hence, I'm saying that your euro US dollar, because remember that your euro US dollar, it is inversely correlated to your DXY, to your US dollar chief, and also the DXY, of which your DXY is positively correlated to your US dollar chief. DXY made a bit of a pullback here, but look at US dollar chief. It's still holding for this bearish move here. So that's why I say that your euro US dollar might not give you that through a move, and then it might just rally from where it is here. US dollar chief, I expect to see a continuation move to the downside here. If it does give us this through a pullback, simply against this, we're looking for more bearish move to the downside. I asked this question last week that is the festive rally in? Looks like it is in a year, because even your Audi US dollar yen, I've shown you this one, how we've forecasted this, that it was going to end this year as an ending diagonal a year, and then we wanted to see this move to the upside. You can refer to the previous videos. This has made about 400 something pips from this low here to this move to the upside. Yeah. Now, guess what? I saw a lot of people, they were rejoicing here that your Audi US dollar, there is this one big guy that is popular there here, that he was telling people that this was going to drop a year. Everybody was excited. I just kept on saying this is gonna keep on making a move to the upside a year. The least that we can see is for this to give us a through pullback. This should continue the move. And guess what? It is still holding here. Did not even, it gave us a sharp three-wave move. I discussed this with the members here that look at this. Your Audi US dollar here, it is giving us a three-wave move structure here. Guess what? This fell right into the blue box here. I said this, that this fell into the blue box here. We were here when we discussed this, that this was going to drop into the blue box very likely here, and this was going to rally here. Now, from here, you'll see that this has been a couple of pips move to the upside here. While everybody was rejoicing, something that they did not see, that Audi US dollar was forming this three-wave move structure here. Elliott wave structure, simply zigzag here, and then this is making a move. Probably they are asking themselves where to from here. If you're watching this and you're one of those, just expect that this is still going to give us a big move to the upside here on your Audi US dollar. Look at the sister pair. Don't even look further. Look at the sister pair here. Audi New Zealand, same thing here. Make a three-wave move into the blue box again here. This year, I discussed this our members here. Again, this made a nice three-wave move structure here into the blue box here. This has relatively moved to the upside here. Now, guess what? It is getting rid of those on the daily time frame. When everybody was seeing this, they were rejoicing here. Oh, it's a reversal candle here, and this is a 4-day reversal candle. We're gonna see a big drop. Guess what? Friday comes in. We're seeing a very bullish candle here that does not show that the sellers were in here. They were not seen anywhere here, the sellers here. We're simply looking for this one to continue with a big move to the upside here on your Audi US dollar here. I'm gonna go to the 4-hourly time frame. Audi US dollar here, same thing applies. On New Zealand US dollar here, we're simply looking for this to continue higher. Yeah, I showed you the trade setup that has made about 350 pips or 340 something pips plus a year. We still expect to see that this is gonna make a move to the upside. Let me show you again. Why do I expect this move? Impulsively move to the upside, simply throw a pullback here. We are looking for a move that is going to be related to this one here, week in, week out. I have been telling this a year that this is what we are expecting here on your Audi on your New Zealand US dollar. US dollar CAD, I've been talking about this one in the members era here, that this has made a three-wave move structure. We forecasted this, that we said we want to short US dollar CAD for a move to the downside here, because we wanted to position ourselves. If this is the structure here, three-wave move done, five-wave move to the upside, yeah. If that's the case, this might drop all the way to the downside here and even break these lows. Yeah. So we've positioned ourselves. This did not give us a three-wave move, but this is so common. I discussed this in the members era. Yeah. that you're gonna get a move, impulsively move. When you're gonna get an impulsive move like this, don't be induced by the market and then you think of this move here. This was so either it was going to drop. I saw a lot of people they focused at this move here to the downside. Probably they were not well aware, but when it comes to trading execution, I said to our members, let's short US dollar CAD just to position ourselves. Obviously, here we've got a blue box here. We've hit the blue box, and I said to them, we are going to buy into this while we're holding on to that short, because technically for a couple of months now we've been talking about this move. Every time this was happening, we're talking about the move to the upside here. But now because of the correlation with the DXY, this being a US dollar based pair, correlation DXY to drop, US dollar chief to drop, US dollar JPY to drop, and the other US dollar pairs. So there is something that is going to drive this one to drop. And we even picked up that bearish structure that I've just shared with you here. As much as we're looking for a buy here, but we're holding for the short position to the downside on your US dollar CAD. US dollar JPY, I've showed you this one here that we have been looking at this one to have ended. There's a diagonal here, made a short move to the downside. I saw a lot of people that they were buying US dollar JPY here, but I said to our members here that a lot of people were buying US dollar JPY somewhere here for this move to the upside. I said to our members, this is going to drop. Made them and impulsively move. Got everybody thinking that this was gonna make a structure like this and then a move to the upside. Eventually, what did we see here? We went to as far as breaking this swing low. Now, I want you guys to take this. Look at this. This looks like a three-wave move. Made a move to the upside, reacted in a very important Fibonacci level here, in a three-wave move here. Watch out for this. Might come somewhere here. Maybe that's when we might see a bigger bounce to the upside on US dollar JPY. I want to see a drop, but I'm very well aware that that Fib extension where we bounce here, it might call us that we get a big bounce somewhere around this area here. But don't get me wrong, guys. I want to see this drop all the way to the downside on your pound, on your US dollar JPY. Pound yen, I want to see this one here dropping all the way to the downside. We've been looking at this last move here. This to be a 1, 2, or 3 here. This to have made a wave 4 here, and this to be a wave 5. Could be done, but I just want to see a reaction lower here and impulsively move lower here. If we can't get that one as a convincing one or a confirmation, then we're going to be looking for a short move to the downside on your Euro JPY, on your pound yen. Euro JPY, like I've said it, I was not all about the forecast this week. I was just all about the trade execution. But our members, I said we saw this move here, and I said this was going to drop from here. We said this was our invalidation level, and we said this was going to drop. This has dropped about 400 something pips move already from what we forecasted here. I still expect that this is going to drop to the downside, but very well aware that there's an important Fibonacci level somewhere around this area here that could call this to make a move to the upside. Don't get me wrong again. I want to see this drop all the way to the downside. That is my primary forecast here. So we could be having this one to be our wave 1, wave 2, extend more lower 3, 4 here, wave 5 here, pull backs from here, short Euro JPY all the way to the downside here. That will mean that the big reversal it is there on the yen pairs. Chief yen, the same thing applies here. I'm looking at this one to have done with this move to the upside. I'm just waiting to see. Obviously, here I need to see some confirmation. I want to see this to drop. We could have had this one. Let me zoom into this. We could be having this one to start to drop. I've showed you week in, week out how I want to see this one here dropping all the way to the downside. Would be nice if next week does not go beyond this here. Made this to be a move to the downside, three-wave move higher here. I want to see this to drop lower here. But again, I'm not rushing to trade this here because this has been doing the higher highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs. It can still break above this here and then continue with this. But once it start to break these lows here, these lows here, then this will be confirming that it is time to look for the big short to the downside on your chief yen. CAD yen here, I've showed you this one here again that we were looking at this one to drop against this swing high here. Ever since then, made a drop here, three-wave move to the upside here, did not come to this point here, and it made this drop. It was a 400 something pips move. Now it has made this move here. I expect that this is going to continue with a drop to the down side. Now, if it will even be more nicer here, break below this here, pull back here. If it does happen, then we just look for this short move to the downside on on these yen pairs. Whereas that these two yen pairs, I've said this one here that your New Zealand yen, Audi yen, they gotta make a move to the upside. Yeah, let me show you this on the weekly time frame. What am I looking at? Why do I keep on saying that these are gonna make a move to the upside here? I'm simply looking at this. Made a three-wave move to the upside here, three-wave move lower here. I'm looking at this to make a move to the upside, come somewhere around this area here. That's when we can start to look for a big shot. But this is a structure that I have been looking at here before we can see a big move to the up to the down side. Right, so your Audi yen here, we are looking at this one that it should drop to the downside here, not drop, rather make a move to the upside here, just like what we are seeing. Look no further than what we are looking at on a daily time frame here or the weekly time frame. If it's not clear on the daily, let me show you again. Daily time frame, I'm simply looking at this one here to have made this three-wave move to the upside here, three-wave move to a downside here. We're simply looking for this to be a move to the upside, at least to come back to this high before we can expect a drop. So that's why I've been looking at these yen pairs here, that these two, they should still continue to move to the upside, and they are supported by what we are looking at on your New Zealand US dollar and Audi USA dollar. As long as those two, they are still pointing a move to the upside, your New Zealand US dollar and Audi US dollar, we are going to see these two yen pairs keep on making a move to the upside until they are done. Then that's when we can look for the bearish move to the down side. Euro Audi, we have been looking at this one that it should. I wanted this to drop from here, made a drop to the downside, pulled back here. We had a blue box trade set up, and I wanted this to drop all the way. Short this one, made about 400 something pips drop, and then it reversed all those gains here. I was expecting that this was gonna give us this one more leg here, this being your W here, your wave X, this to be your wave Y, before this one can drop. But obviously, this has just dropped here, and then this looks like this is all that we wanted here. Is time for a drop to the downside. Yeah, it makes sense because your Audi US dollar keeps on making a move to the upside here. Now we are simply looking for this. If we do get this to a pullback, we are looking for a more bearish move or looking for short opportunities to the downside. Your Euro New Zealand, same thing applies here. We still wanted to see this one at least make a move to the upside, to have dropped here, made a move here. We're simply waiting for this. Maybe we'll leg to the down upside here first against this swing high before a drop. But now we've dropped impulsively here. Now this does happen here. So this means this is all that we wanted here as a corrective structure here. So this should have been an A here, B here, short C wave move, but break this high here, then it just drop here. So we're gonna be looking for this 3 here, a 4, and a wave 5 here. Then maybe probably pull back against this swing high here before we can look for more bearish move. Like I've said it with the Euro Audi, Euro New Zealand should be supported with a bearish continuation move to the downside because of your NZD US dollar keep on making that move to the up side. Your Euro CAD here, I've shared this one. I wanted this initially when we were somewhere around this area here. I've looked at this 5-wave move to the upside. I wanted this to be an ABC. I wanted it to come somewhere around this area here before it make a move to the upside. But for some reason, it did not. Now, I said this to our members that we can have EuroCAD to drop from here. The structure that I was looking at, 5-wave move, 3-wave move to the upside here, 3-wave move over here, and impulsively move to the upside here. 3-3-5 structure here, then this is very likely that it might just drop before it can make a move to the upside. So this does have a room here that it might still drop lower here. Then we have this as your A here, 3-3-5 as your wave B here, impulsively move to complete your wave C. Then we look for that big move. Remember that is an A here. Then we're gonna be looking at that ABC to be completing this wave B here. Then we get that big one to the up side. Obviously, I always say this: an impulsively move, it could be starting something or it could be ending something here. So if this is starting something here, then we could have this. We're not even rushing to sell this here, but there's still this possibility that this might have just made a 5-wave move here. Then this just make a 3-wave move structure like this, sharp one, or maybe do even something like this here. And if it does this structure here, then we're gonna be looking at this to be starting at something here, this being your wave 1, and then this to complete a wave 2. Then we look for a long against this swing low here. But the very likely one here that this is might just just keep on dropping before we can see that move to the up side. Euro Chief, obviously, I've showed you here this. It's funny because at some point I wanted this to drop from here all the way to the downside, but obviously I changed that view. But we are still holding above this here. This still does qualify to be an ABC. Might not be a surprise. Sharp ABC here against this swing low here. This still make a move to the upside here. This is still very possible until it take this swing low here. Then it will be meaning that structurally we might get a pullback here, and then this might drop before we can see that big move to the up side. But against this swing low here, this still looks good for a move to the upside. But obviously you gotta have to get a confirmation, because the way this is, the wave C here, it's not normal. It's too extended here, of which this might be a 1, your 2, your 3 here, and then this might be a 4 and a wave 5. Now we got to look at the left hand side of the chart. What could make this drop from here? This 5 wave move could have ended something like this. The 3 wave move to a downside 5 yeah. 335 structure does not, might not look have the good look here, but that's what could cause that we have your Euro Chief to drop a here, only to find out that this was a 335 a here and then drop more lower. Euro pound, we're looking at this one here, that it should drop to the down side. We wanted to see this, make a three-way move, lower here. I still wanted this earlier this week, until we saw this move here breaking these lows here. Then that's when we said this might no longer give us a move to the upside, and then it might just continue the drop. Obviously something happened with the euro here. We've seen a nice impulsively move to a downside, pullbacks now against this swing high here. That should give us an opportunity that we can look for a short move to that down side. Your pound pairs, pound Audi, still looking at this structure here. It has taken so long to play out, but uh, uh, I still want to see this. Made a nice drop to the downside here, 3 wave move here, 3 wave move here. I still want to see this 3 wave move structure to the upside here. Now if this was to come, take this low here, then this will mean we are no longer going to get this leg to the upside here before we look for a big short. Now this is a trade setup that we've had, but it has never been filled ever since. We still wanted to see this move to the upside, but your Audi US dollar keeps on making a move to the upside, so your pound Audi might be pressured that it just goes all the way to the downside, complete that leg here. Then if that's the case, we miss this here, then there's gonna be a big one somewhere here for this big move to the upper side on your pound Audi. Same thing applies with the pound New Zealand here. Made a nice drop to the downside here. Now I wanted to see this structure here. I still wanna see this 3 wave move. Then we can look for a short move to a downside. We get this short here, we're gonna be looking to pick it up here after it complete this 3 wave move structure here. Then we're gonna be looking for a big one to the upper side. But for now we're here. Your New Zealand US dollar again making a move to the upside might pressure that you get this one to just drop here, only to find out that this was a sharp 3 wave move that we get here, and then this is ready for a drop to the downside. If that's the case, then it's gonna be a miss for the move to the downside here on your pound New Zealand. Then we're gonna wait for this 3 wave move structure somewhere here. We're gonna be looking for a very big one here. Would be nice that your New Zealand US dollar completes the leg to the upside here, and then once New Zealand US dollar is ready to drop, this will be nice to be somewhere here that we can look to pick up your pound New Zealand to the upper side. Right, so your pound chief here, I've been talking about this one in the members area. Let me show you this on the 1 hourly time frame. uh, we've been looking at this. Remember I posted this chart, made a video about it, that we are looking at this to complete a 3 wave move. I wanted it to hit the blue box and we wanted to buy up. For some reason did not reach the blue box and it made this move to the upside down. But these are not the characteristics of your wave 3. This was so slow here, and I said to our members, something is going to drive your pound chief to come down a year because of what was happening a year. These are not the characteristics of your wave 3. That being said, I saw this drop here. Now, this looks like your 335 structure here. 3 wave move to a downside, 3 wave move higher here, made a bearish move to a downside here. If this still comes one more leg lower here, we're still gonna be looking for a big one. Remember that we've been looking for this 3 wave move here. Now, this is still the structure here. Might make that 3 wave move against this swing low. I'll be looking for pound chief that it should be give us a very big move to the upside there. So watch out for that one there. Your pound cat here made a very nice drop to the downside on a Thursday here. That was even like bearish engulfing here. There's something that I discussed with the members here that this was going to drop here. It was going to drop as much as it is invalidated the box, but I still want to see this drop. It is good looking, especially if you look at this on the weekly time frame. Made a very nice doji candidate. This is going to eventually start to give us this drop to the downside. So now I don't want to see the price going beyond this point. This swing high holding here, a pullback here in a three-way move structure. We're simply looking to short your pound cat to the downside here. This still looks good for a move to the downside. Alright, so cross pairs, not discussing those ones here. I'll only discuss your Audi CAD and the New Zealand CAD. I'm just showing you this on a daily time frame here. We're simply looking for the move that is related to this one here. So that's why I always come in and say, don't look further than what is happening on a daily time frame. We're simply looking for this move, which is related to this one here. That's why every time this give us a three-way pullback lower here, we're looking for a buying opportunity. Same thing applies. Your New Zealand CAD here, we had a very nice impulsively move here, completed the three-wave move structure here. We're simply looking for a move that is going to be related to this one here. So every time this pulls back like this here, we're simply looking for the buying opportunity to the upside on your then CAD. Right, so let's have a look at your commodities here. Gold here has made a big rally to the upside here. Obviously, we wanted to see gold to drop lower here the past few weeks, obviously, but that did not happen. So we wanted the gold to drop lower from made a drop to the downside here, and then we wanted to see this to drop against this swing high here. But guess what? Made a move to the upside, invalidated this here, but immediately that's got invalidated. We were calling this here to make a move to the upside here. Now it has made a move to the upside here. There was even the last trade setup, three-wave move. Discussed this one on in the members area. Yeah, made a very nice 15-minute. We had a very nice 15-minute trade setup here on gold. When we saw this three-way move, went exactly into the area of a blue box here for this move. Yeah, just from around this area here to here, this has moved over 400 points. So it's almost like 500 points of move that we have seen from here. Look at this. This has made about 444 points move to the upside on the gold. So us missing this drop does not mean that we're not able to buy some of a gold. Yeah, we're able to buy it because obviously we got this one wrong based in terms of the focus. It just played our alternative view that this made a move to the upside here because that was our alternative view that we are very well aware that you could make that move to the upside. That was because of what was happening with the silver here. Silver, we're just waiting to see this one continue with the move to the upside here. Every time this pulls back here, we're simply looking for buying opportunity to the upside. Like I've said it that I'm looking at silver getting to as far as above your $30 sometime this year. I want to see this trading above the $30 a year. So if you are still holding on from this a year, keep on holding. We're simply looking for more continuation move to the upside. You can even see that we could be having this your one, your two here, get a three here, a four here, or a five before a bigger pullback, but a continuation move to the upside should be seen on your silver here. Platinum, I've showed you this one here, how we have been focused at this one as well, that it was going to drop and end this diagonal here. A nice V-shaped pattern that we've seen here. We're simply waiting to see, can we get this pullback? If that does happen against this swing low here, we're simply looking for a continuation move to the upside. But if you look into this, very likely that this might even form a running flat corrective structure here. So it might even form this three-wave move lower here, made a three-wave move to the upside. If it does come somewhere around this area here, this will be the study that we have here. Then we can simply looking for more buying opportunities here. But very likely that from market open, this will just immediately make a move to the upside. But it should not come beyond your $837.79 there on platinum. Brent crude oil, I've showed you this one here. We wanted to see this to drop here, slightly move to the upside that I wanted here, but obviously did not get into the blue box. But we're simply waiting to see, can this drop? Break of this here will be mean that we are going to see more bearish prices on your Brent crude oil. Right, so let's have a look at your indices here. before we can jump into the cryptocurrencies. Indices, nothing much on this one here. We're simply waiting to see continuation move to the upside. Like I've always been singing this one here, we will eventually get to the all-time high. So we're simply waiting to see the price here continue with the move to the upside. Obviously, to trade it here, we need to see, can we get this pullback against this swing low here? If that does happen, we're simply looking for a buying move to the upper side. Not promising, to be honest here. This is very like to just keep on making a move to the upside on your Nasdaq. Same thing applies here with your Dow Jones. You'll see that your Dow Jones has already taken this higher here. I've been singing this, that your instrument like your DAX, your UK 100, your Nifty, your Nikkei, they went to the all-time high. So the three, that was especially your Dow Jones, your S&P 500, your Nasdaq, that we should be buying those, using those ones here as a leading indicator here. Now, Dow Jones here, this is eventually getting to the all-time high here. We just left with a few points to get to this high, or in terms of a percentage, we're looking at about just 1%, less than 2% move to the upside here, then we'll eventually hit the all-time high. So we're just waiting to see, can we get this pullback? If they do come, not promising at all, looking at the volume, it's even more higher here. So this is expected that it will continue with that move to the upside there on your Dow Jones. Your S&P 500, same thing applies here. We are very likely that we're going to check out this high here. If we do check out this high, and we do get this pullback, that's the only time we can look for a buy. Other than that, you've missed this from the blue box because you are with other service provider here. So I know a lot of people were looking to short the indices here. Somebody always keep on sending me this, can this make this drop from here? And I always say to this guy, that's because you failed to pick these bottoms here. We saw that this was ended here. As much as we wanted to see this, but as soon as we started to see this move here, we started to buy the indices somewhere around this area here, that we should be looking for this. Because they've missed this, now they desperately want to see the indices making this move here before this. By the time he or she sees, the indices would have hit the all-time high. And guess what? They will keep on shorting this. They will keep on shorting this. Oh, there's a supply error here, short. There's a supply error here, short. The indices are going to keep on making a move to the upside, and I've been singing that one for quite some time. Your DAX here, looking for this one here. This is the all-time high that I was referring to on your DAX. The DAX recently took out this high here, then dropped. The other indices were still low here, and I said they are going to take the all-time high because your DAX has made the all-time high as well as your UK 100 and your other indices here. Impulsively move to the upside. That's if we do get these to the pullbacks. We're simply looking for those buying opportunities. Other than that, we're holding on from the blue box for the big move to the upside here. UK 100, we're simply looking at this one here, that it should eventually make a move to the upside here. So we could even be having something like this here, but I expect this. I'm even saying to our members that UK 100 made a nice three-way move here into the blue box. It is still lagging. It will eventually make this move here, and for the rest of the indices. So you might want to focus on that one there. Your Nikkei move to the upside here. We've been talking about this one after we saw this three-wave move structure here. This to be a three-wave move here, 335. We're looking for this one to make a move to and impulsively move. If this does happen, we're simply looking for a buying opportunity to the upside. And just like your Nifty, no signs of a reversal anytime soon here. We're simply looking for this one to continue from the blue box here. If it does give us the pullback, we're simply looking for adding opportunities to the upper side. As for the cryptocurrencies, your Bitcoin, I showed you here that we're still expecting to see this one making a move to the upside. At some point, this looked like it was going to be an ending diagonal here. But guess what? That ending diagonal looks like it has been invalidated. We should be seeing this one continuing higher here. I have been chasing 40k to 50k range because something might happen between 40 to 50k range here, but we have eventually getting to our target here. But I still expect that this is going to continue to move to the upside as long as it can hold above this swing low here. Pullbacks in a three-way move against this swing low here. We're simply looking for more buying opportunity to the upside on your Bitcoin. Ethereum, obviously, Bitcoin expected to make a move to the upside. We have been looking at this inside the members area that this made this sharp three-wave move here. We've been calling this to make a move to the upside as long as this has been holding here. Ever since then, this is making a move to the upside. If it does pull back like this here, we're simply looking for more buying on your Ethereum, just like what we've been having on your Litecoin here. Litecoin made a very nice move to the upside from these lows here, and then we have been looking at this to made a three-wave move structure here. We've been calling that this against this swing low, it should eventually make a move to the upside, and that's what is happening with your Litecoin. And the last one here has been a Ripley. We have been talking about this, that this capitulation to the upside that we saw here, it was just simply telling that eventually the price will come above this high. I do see Ripple getting to as far as $1 and holding steady above that. Impulsively move to the upside, three-wave move here, expanding fair corrective structure here. We're simply waiting to see this one here continue with the move to the up side. Right, guys, from my side, that's all what I wanted to share with you. Please trade safe and responsible. If you like our content, please do give us a thumbs up there, like our page, and also subscribe as well. Make sure that the bell notification is turned on so that every time there is a free content, you are notified. Cheers, everybody, and have a good one. Bye bye.